This Theragun Gen 4 Pro costs $400 right now. The Gen 5 is $600. Bob and Brad made this D6 Pro to compete with those other Pro models at $225. Does it compete though? I don't know about you, but when I'm picking between two products and I pick the more affordable one, I get a little bit worried. And if that product arrives and it just feels very cheap, I have instant regret. Well, with this Bob and Brad model, I will tell you, there is nothing cheap about it. The texture and the feel actually is really, really nice. It does not have that cheap plasticky feel by any means. The overall comfort, the grip, this cutout works extremely well, and it just makes it very easy to get to different places on your body. The arm can rotate very easily. The attachments go on and off very easily. The functions, the buttons, the screen, everything worked very well. So that out of the box test, what you get right away and what you experience right out of the gate is very, very nice. So it passes the right out of the box test. But what about the noise test? Let's find out. We're about to get to the real meat of this video, but first, something very important and often overlooked, the tickle test. And I'm happy to report that both passed with flying colors, and yes, multiple tests were conducted to verify results. Oh, and side note, this was a grueling video to make, so to help ease my pain, subscribe, like, you know the deal. Thank you. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about what these things are capable of. Maximum no stall force, Theragun, 60 pounds. D6 Pro, 85 pounds. Amplitude, both are 16 millimeters for deep muscle treatment. RPM range, Theragun 1,750 to 2,400 and the D6 Pro from 1,500 to 2,500. Battery life, Theragun 300 minutes, D6 Pro 180 minutes, but there are some differences and pros and cons to each side. I'm going to circle back to this in a couple minutes. Attachments, Theragun 6, D6 Pro 7. Both have rotating arms. So the point here is, from a numbers standpoint, these things are very comparable, with the edge probably going to the D6 Pro. But let's get to what really matters. How do these things actually work? Well, to really answer this question, I want to point out one thing first, and that's starting with this Theragun model here. I reviewed this a long time ago, and since then, I have pulled this out many times to use it, and it is a fantastic product. Zero issues, always happy with it, works great whenever I need it, so I am thoroughly happy. So the question really becomes, is this model, which is price is much cheaper than this and the newer version of the Theragun, able to compete, or do I feel like I'm taking a step down? Well, I can't really tell a difference between the two, and that is a compliment to both of them. They are both fantastic products, but when I think of this and I use this, the grip is easy to use. It's easy to get to different parts of my body. It's easy to adjust. Everything about this has been a pleasure to use and feels just as good as this model. And if you find yourself asking yourself, boy, can I just jump in and use this? Do I really have the skills needed? This is so easy to take on. Put the attachment on you want, put the settings on, see what feels good, and use it. Very simple. And in terms of the capabilities of these things, the attachments and the quality that they offer, how deep it actually massages, the power it has built into it, and if it can give you the quality massage you want, these two are very comparable. I really can't tell a difference between the two. I was extremely happy, and you put either one of these in my hands, and I'm gonna be able to do the job I want to do. And in addition to that, the use of these, the screens that they have, the buttons they have, how you just get into them, turn them on, and start using them, it's very straightforward, very easy, both no big deal at all, work fantastic. But if I had to pick just one, I'll start off by saying this was my first massage gun and I still have it. And there is a reason for that. It has been great. I have zero knocks, but I'm gonna pick the Bob and Brad. And there's a few reasons for this. First, I do like this elongated handle. This might be a big guy thing, but I'm able to grab it from different positions and reach my body and really get to areas very well. I am just enjoying that. Second, while removable batteries are nice because you can always have a spare fully charged ready to go when you need it, I like the simplicity of having it built in. With this, I don't have to have a spare charger. I don't have to keep track of my batteries. I just plug it in this little port with a cable that everybody has, charge it, and it's ready to go. And I'm gonna get 180 hours, which is more than enough for whatever you're gonna be using it for, unless you're a professional. And I did notice that the Gen 5 of the Theragun went to an internal battery only, so there's probably a reason for that. It's probably the preferred way to go for most people these days, but now you're talking about a $600 option versus $225. And my last point, while I say I picked the Bob & Brad as the winner, that's without even factoring in price, and it wins in that category as well, and that's what really puts it over the top for me. Now I keep mentioning that this model is $225, and if you're not seeing that price, it's because they provided me with a discount code to my audience, so check that out in the description. But if you use that, you should be able to get this at a good price. So all said and done, a couple great massagers. Both will make you happy. One has a couple things that stand out I like a little bit better, and then you factor in the price and it becomes a little bit of a no-brainer for me. If this video helped in any way, please consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the like button. But until next time, here's to a healthier you, and have a good one.